On today's Keeping It Real, Cam offers us some insight into what happens regularly on the longest night of the year.
Yesterday was the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. Said another way, there's more darkness on December 21st than any other day. It's also the day I got engaged many years ago. The story I like to tell is that my wife, who was then a collegiate volleyball coach, was watching VHS videos of players she was hoping to recruit. I asked her to stop the video and pay attention to me for a moment or two. She reluctantly did with a "this better be good" expression on her face. I asked her to marry me. She considered the proposition. She looked me up and down a few times. She remained quiet for a terribly uncomfortable amount of time and finally said, "Okay," then hit play on the VCR and returned to her work. She'll deny much of that story, by the way. It's usually the darkest day of the year that I begin my annual Christmas panic purchases. I fear that I've underperformed with the gift giving, that my gifts won't amount to enough. I blow through my preset budgets and start tossing stuff under the Christmas tree in a panic. My kids never mind this. My wife says you've done too much. You've gone too far. She's never returned any of these gifts I get her, by the way. She says you've gone overboard as she takes her bounty with her to the back of the house. And I get the same complaints from my kids every year. "Dad," they say, "you're too hard to buy for." They're right. Like most fathers, I tend to get myself what I want. Every year I struggle to get my father something, and this year he flat out said, "I don't want anything. Nothing. Really, nothing. I'm trying to get rid of all the stuff I have." However, I'll get him something. It may be a new phone charger. The one he has is quite dated. It's powered by a gerbil on a wheel, and it takes all night to charge his phone. However, I struggle with the question, is a phone charger the right gift to give your father? Seems very impersonal. My grandmother used to give the gifts that she received back. She'd say, "I've enjoyed it for many months. Thank you very much. Now I'm giving it back to you." So we started buying her gifts with that in mind. What will I want in the spring that I can give to her for Christmas? Incidentally, my wife and I were married on the summer solstice. We got engaged on the winter solstice and married on the summer solstice. We realized this years later. So my wedding day was absolutely the longest day of the year. That cannot be denied. It's all in how you say it. As 2023 winds to a close, I wish you a happy holiday season and a Merry Christmas. Try to slow down. Find a warm fire and stare into it for a while. Fires always make good company. There's stress all over during the holidays, but for a short time, try to slough it off and sit quietly. I'll do the same. I'm Cam Marston, and I'm just trying to keep it real.
To hear more commentaries, search for Keeping It Real with Cam Marston on your favorite podcast app or follow Cam Marston on social media.